Hi, I'm Erykah and welcome to 5 Minutes With. Today we've got 5 minutes with a stylist. So Nicole, if you're okay to introduce yourself and tell us your job role.
So I'm Nicole Ready and I'm a stylist.
And so what does that include on a daily basis for you? What does a normal day as a stylist look like?
Depends if I'm styling for say a shoot or like a music video, or if I'm doing kind of more the costume side of my job. So I'm like styling for like a film and TV show. With my job, it's in two parts. Well, no, it'd be in three parts actually. You have the prep, then you have the shooting, and then you have like the wrap. So the prep would be, it could be like me having like meetings with like the directors, the producers, the talent, going to like hire costume places, getting costumes. It could be me literally just on my laptop all day long, looking through all the online shops. It could be me going into town and shopping. So that would kind of be the prep, in kind of like sourcing the garments, in kind of doing mood boards, having meetings, making sure my styling kit is like ready, good to go. And then it would be then when we're actually shooting, it would be me being on set. So it would be like dressing the talent, doing any like alterations that I needed to do, that kind of thing. And then wrap then would be kind of packing everything up. And then once the shoot is done, then doing like all my returns, all of that kind of like admin-y, not so like fun stuff, but that kind of like has to be done to kind of round off the job.
Yeah. And so how did you get into styling? Like, did you have an interest in fashion as a hobby and then you decided to go into it as a job, or did you fall into it? Like, how was that process for you?
So I've like always been obsessed with fashion. Like I was obsessed with like Brat stores when I was younger and like That's So Raven, all of that stuff. And then I did textiles at GCSE, and then I did a BTEC in fashion design at college. I went to Cardiff-based college, and then I studied fashion promotion at University of South Wales. So it was kind of like, and styling was always kind of my area that I really enjoyed during that. So it was kind of like a natural thing for me then to kind of continue with that after university, but then doing more of like the costume side and the film and TV side, that was like new for me. And I was a bit like, oh, am I suited for this? But like, it is very, like, it's very different, but it's also very similar. It's just like storytelling with clothes, which is what I'm like passionate about. And it's just like in a different medium, in a different setting, but it's still like the same sort of like process.
What was your favourite thing about doing your job in Cardiff?
What I love is like, no matter what shoot I go on, there's always like, someone always knows someone. So it's just like that, like everyone kind of looking after each other, supportive environment, because it's like Cardiff. And I think it's just like, it's just like a nice bubble here, I'd say. It's like quite supportive and lovely.
Yeah. And so if you were able to give some advice to early career creatives, so people wanting to go into your sector, not knowing how to start off and how it all works, what advice would you give them?
When you're starting out and you have no idea, people are so willing to help you and so willing to do so much stuff for free as well. Like they're willing to kind of let you use their studios, like hire clothes. Like you can work with so many people as well, and they won't expect massive things back if you're just like, I'm just starting out, I'm just having fun, like I want to build my portfolio sort of thing. So I think take advantage of that, not in a bad way, take advantage, but utilize the really special space that we have here in Cardiff that's really small and everyone kind of knows everyone. It's not as like, as competitive as like London, say, where it kind of everyone's just thinking about themselves. It's not like that here. I think like something that's been really important for me is kind of like having like that kind of purpose and that motivation kind of separate to fashion. So fashion is kind of like my medium, but the things I really care about is like my culture, my community, my family, my heritage, and kind of walking into spaces with kind of like a kindness and a warmness. And then fashion is kind of how I do that. But because I already have that and I'm so sure of that kind of the fashion bit then kind of comes easy. And even if it isn't as successful, if I've stuck true to that, then it's like okay. And then I think just having like a drive and like motivation and just willingness to give everything a go. Like I remember I got like told when I was in university, like if you're the one that constantly shows up and is reliable, people will want to book you again. And if you're like really approachable and friendly, like that goes such a long way. And I've like noticed it, like how like I bring that into whatever space I go into, and kind of the feedback I then get is really positive. So I think that is really important, because even if you're like clueless, if you're willing and hardworking, like people recognize that. So I'd say they're kind of like my main things, and just having belief in yourself is like really important, because like you can have people be like, you're doing incredible, but if you don't actually believe it, then it's kind of like pointless. You will really limit yourself. So I think just see yourself as just like limitless, and like you can do a lot more than you actually think you can. I think would be my main bit of advice.
Okay, that's great. So thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
That's okay. Before you go, could you just let us know where we can find you, like, you know, your socials and stuff like that, if people wanted to get in contact? Or...
So I have an Instagram, which is Nicole Ready, but there's 2 Y's at the end. And then I also created a magazine called Docs Magazine, which is on Instagram and Twitter, which is @Docs Magazine.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, and be sure to keep up with the Creative Cardiff social media for more episodes.